Hey, there's been a lot of questions lately about this brand new FLX-30BB from Vexilar. Great unit. I wanted to talk through some of the differences. The biggest question I've been getting recently is, how does it differ from the 28? How does the FLX-30BB differ from the FLX-28 that came out a couple years back? Well, you know what? There are some definite differences, but there's a lot of similarities. So before I jump into the meat and potatoes of this thing, I want you to know that if you bought a 28 last year, don't worry. This unit's rock solid. It's awesome. You can catch piles of fish with this 28. It is a phenomenal product. So I'm not trying to tell you you have to jump to the 30 because you made a bad decision. I will be fishing the 28 quite regularly this winter again, alongside the 30. But what can this 30 do differently? I'm going to talk through some of this. And if we're on the ice, you can see things a lot better. But I'm going to do my best to give you a good tutorial here in my garage, so at least you have a pretty good understanding of what this bad boy can do. Because I'll tell you what, when I first became familiar with the 30, I didn't know what it could do. I had to do some research, I did some studying, and I found out that there was a lot of things put inside this unit that I'm going to go on a whim to say many of us did not know existed. So pretty cool product. And as I walk through the features and benefits of the 30, I'll call out the similarities between the 28 and maybe some differences as we go through this. So for starters, you're going to see some similar characteristics already. Flat screen, great resolution. You're going to see your jig, the fish, weeds, hard bottom, soft bottom, all the stuff we've trained ourselves to see with our Vexilars on either one of these units. They're both going to do exceptionally well. You can see both units have a little call out pad. The 30's got a yellow one, the 28's got a black one, and it calls out things kind of like a legend, IR, interference rejection, NM, normal mode, weed mode on the 28, CS is color selector. And you're going to see some similarities there on these two units in terms of some of the terminology. But the 38 can just dive in, let's say, deeper into many of these things the 28 can do. It's a 28, how I like to put it, it's a 28 on steroids. So it's got a lot of added features that the 28 doesn't have in terms of really fine-tuning your approach. So 28 does a bang-up job. We'll continue to do a bang-up job. If you bought a 28, you can have it for the next 20 years. I'm confident in that, and catch plenty of fish. So let's jump into some of the features and benefits of this 30. For starters, you can see there's a yellow S on this center dial. That's the mode dial. When it's on S and you turn it on, factory settings. It's always going to search back or go back to factory settings. So no matter what you do through a day of fishing, if you turn this knob, I don't care if it's on whatever mode, turn it back to S and turn the unit back on, factory settings. So if I have it on S and auto, I'm running and gunning and moving just like I would with the 28. It's going to perform almost the exact same. Factory settings, S mode is going to be at 200 frequency. So that's going to be a lot like your 28. Now let's dive into some of these features on what makes some of this different. For starters, you can see down here on the range dial, on the 30, we have 10, 15 now. So on the 28, you do not have a 15-foot range. You have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 on the 28. On the 30, you have 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 on standard range. This is just your standard range. And the cool thing about 15 is I'm oftentimes fishing in 10, 11, 12, 13 feet of water, a lot. At least I can relate to that. Now I can go into the 15-foot range, maximize my viewing window, and see the most out of my Vexilar flasher. But then you also got 20, 30, 40. So that's standard. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Again, on the 28, 10, 20, 30, 50. So now as I go into, we'll go through the features here and talk about some of this stuff. Let's go to zoom. Now on your zoom mode, you're going to have an added benefit to the 30 that you did not have on the 28. You're going to have 6-foot zoom, 12-foot zoom, and 18-foot zoom on the 30. So now I can zoom in. If I'm in 40 feet of water, I can zoom in 18 feet off the bottom. And again, no different than anything else. You're going to have, here's your 6-foot zoom. I'm going to go up to 40-foot mode. So as you know, 0 to 40 feet on your right-hand side. Left-hand side, we're not on the water, so you're not going to see this. It's going to be bottom of the lake up to 6 feet. I push the gain button again. You can see it changes to 12 feet. Bottom of the lake up to 12 feet. I push it again. Bottom of the lake up to 18 feet. So again, this half is going to be 0 to 40 feet or 38 feet, whatever the depth is. I'm in the 40-foot range. This half to your right is going to be the entire water column. This half is going to be the bottom of the lake up to 18 feet. Now zoom is off, 6 feet, 12 feet, 18 feet. So now you got an added 6 foot opportunity for zoom. So even if I'm in 30 feet of water, I may go 18 feet up and watch those fish suspended halfway through the water column, zoomed in on this left-hand side. So again, in the 28, you get the 6 foot and you get the 12 foot zoom. On the 30, you also add that 18 foot zoom. Now, if you go over to frequency, you now can adjust your frequency levels. You can see as I push this gain dial when I'm on the F mode, it adjusts from up to 160 to 180 to 200 to 225 to 250 to 275 to 300. Now, what that means is it's your cone angle. The higher the number, the tighter the cone angle. So if I want to really get fine-tuned on a narrow profile to see exactly what's below us, you want to adjust that frequency higher so you can see more detail what's below you. Now, if I'm just trying to look for schooling fish running around, I'm chasing down this school, I might be at 160 frequency. And when I get on top of these fish, and all I care about is what's right below me, the fish right below my Vexilar, I'm going to adjust that frequency and go up to 200, 225, 250, 275, or even 300 if I'm in deeper water and really want to fine tune what's below exactly my hole that I'm fishing. So now you can adjust the frequencies in multiple ways, in ways you could not do it with this 28. 28 comes stock with one set of frequency. You're not adjusting that much. You're basically going to be stuck with what you got. Now I can adjust that frequency and really fine tune what I'm seeing down there. I think that's a very big added benefit to an ice angler, because now I can be more precise on what I'm seeing. I can kick out weeds. I can kick out surrounding interference. I can kick out some of the bait fish. I can kick out some of the actual interference I might be getting from a local, my buddy next to me, or someone else fishing, or whatever it might be in the water. You can literally knock out almost everything you don't want to see with this FLX-30 by adjusting that frequency. And again, your gain knob just adjusts the noise, the power level of that frequency. I always try to operate as low as I possibly can. I'm rarely going above gain 2 in any application I can think of for fishing. Ice fishing. I'm always at gain 2 or less. So again, really easy. Go in the F mode, that's frequency. As I push this button, you can see it changes to 225, 250, 3, yada, yada, yada. And 200 is your factory setting. So now watch, if I go to 275 and I turn the unit off, I go back to this S, watch what happens. Boom, factory 200, back to 200. So you can always go back to factory settings, like I said at the beginning, by going to that S. So frequency mode, super cool, great feature. I'm excited to use this because I can already think about situations in the weeds, deep water, schooling fish. I don't care about the fish that are 10 feet over there or this or that, or maybe some clutter interference because I'm on a popular spot on a given body of water. I can kick out that opposing signal and really see what I want to see with this Vexilar. Next, we're going to go over to power mode. Now you're going to have your same thing, power select. You're going to have, we'll start here with high power, medium power, low power. So on the 28, you have low power mode, which cuts the watts from 400 to 200 watts. That's great for when you're fishing inside weeds or shallow water, trying to not see as much stuff. It can cut the weeds down so you can really fine tune your jig. Now with the 30, you have low power, you have high power, and you have medium power. Now you can really, again, adjust what you're seeing with these different power modes. So if I'm in shallow weeds, I might go to low power because one, it emits less noise. It also cuts down some of the weeds that I'm seeing. Or you can go to high power and pick up more things, let's say in deeper water. If I'm in 60 feet of water fishing lake trout or 120 feet of water fishing lake trout, I can use a high powered mode. So now it gives you 3 options for power settings: low, medium, and high. And each of those have their use and time. And now you can adjust through manual range, and then you can adjust here on how you want it to look. You can see all the different things. And low power and high power is great for a variety of situations, whether I'm fishing deep or shallow water. So those are things you'll want to play with. Some anglers may not use them as much as you'd think, but I use low power quite a bit, especially in shallow water, finicky bluegills, in the weeds. You have the ability to cut down some of that output. Let's go back to factory settings here. We're back in to 200 frequency, normal mode. So let's go down over to range. This is another cool feature that I think, you don't get with the 28. Now I go over to range mode. Now right now I'm on standard range. I have 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. We talked about this. Now if I push this button, I'm gonna go to middle range. Now I'm gonna go from 50, 75, 100, 125, different depth ranges. So now I can see things deeper. So now if I'm going to fish deep water, lake trout, or whatever it might be, or let's say, basin walleyes in 50 feet, now it changes 0 to 50 feet, 0 to 75 feet. Now if I push this button again, I'm even deeper. This is deep mode. You got 175, 200, 225, 250, and 300 feet. So this is going to be more used for that hardcore lake trout angler that's going to be fishing deep water. But it gives you the option. So you can go to shallow mode, which is what you see on your dial, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, mid depth, middle range, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, or you can go to your deep range, 175, 200, 225, 250, or 300 feet down. So it gives you some ability to change your depth range pretty easily on this unit as well. And last but not least, we're going to go to your color selector. Now this is the same thing that is offered in the 28, where you can sift through 3 different colors. Now you're not going to see much on here just because, let's go see if I can get it to show you a little more than. All right, so let's see if I can get this to adjust the color a little bit. It might not show well on here because I'm not on the water, but basically your idea is with your color selector, you have 5 different color palettes. You can adjust through just seeing the red and orange. You add that white. You have an option for someone that might be colorblind, and then you got your 5 color spectrum. So as you adjust through color 1 through 5, it changes what you see. Red, orange, green. You add your white and your different color options to see the intensity of things. So I can fine tune what I see in terms of color ranges, and that's something similar on the 28. So that is offered on both of these. So I probably jumped into a lot of things, and you're probably cross-eyed right now, to be honest. There's a lot to understand with this 30. It's not as confusing as it probably seems. I would encourage you to, if you bought one or are trying to learn about one, hop online. There's some other tutorials. Tom Zanenko did a great tutorial on this as well. There's a great opportunity to hop on the Vexilar website and watch some of the videos on the operation behind this unit. But I can tell you what, I'm really going to get excited about the adjustable frequency, so I can really fine tune what I'm seeing, especially in shallow water and deep water schooling fish. I'm excited about the 15-foot mode. That's something that gets me really excited on this unit. So there's some things on this that I'm really pumped up about, so I can fine tune what I'm seeing with the 28. But like I said, if you have a 28, don't be discouraged. It's going to work exceptionally well. You can get out there and chase down plenty of fish and have a very productive day on the ice. So hopefully this answers some questions on the 28 and the 30. Again, we're all learning as we go. I'm excited to put some more time with this. I had this on my boat all summer long. Can't use the features that I like on the ice, but I did get a chance to play with it a bit. And from all practical purposes, this unit is every bit as rock solid as the 28. But like I said, it's the 28 on steroids. So I'm excited to play this on the ice, report back maybe later this winter with some more findings, some more ways that I like to use this unit to help benefit me. And maybe some of those things will benefit you. So there you go. The new FLX-30BB from Vexilar compared to the 28. You can't go wrong no matter which one you choose. Go out there catching fish. Have a safe ice fishing season.